what do you do when you have a nice piece of wild olive that it's actually already rotten, and the only thing that left for me to do was to take all the rotten pieces out. I made a vessel out of plastic, and I'm going to use two colors that I think also go very nice with wild olive, and that's purple with gold and gold directly. And the purple with gold, it's got like a enhanced gold into it. You will see just now. And then I'll pour everything around it, and I will put it in the pressure pot, and I hope that all the curve and all the pieces that's missing over there, it will be filled up. So I will leave it for at least 48 hours in the pressure pot. And I think on this one, I thought I'm going to cut it into 3 pieces and make 3 bottle stopper, but then I changed my mind and I decided maybe I've got a pillar that I got from a friend of mine, Mervyn from the Western Cape Woodturning Association. Actually, the chairman, and he gave me a pillar, a vegetable pillar, and I said maybe I should try and do that one. Now it's a very short video, and the reason is that it's a very short week for me because I'm leaving on Wednesday to visit my daughter in Germany, in Berlin. Hope they've got a club over there or something that I can go in and check. I'm using, of course, on this project, I'm using the blackline tools. I'm using the round one, most of it, and the W or the V-shape tool. I turn it round and squared it, increased a little bit, pumped up the speed, and just cleaned it up with the V-shape. I'm really impressed with this one. When you pump up the speed and you run it in an angle, man, you know, sometimes you got the feeling like you don't need to use what you call it, sandpaper. I'll finish on this on one side, and then I'll turn it around to the other side, and I'll have the size, and I'll cut it to the size of the handle that I want to use. I think it's already 2 years from the time that this coronavirus started that I couldn't travel, and I couldn't travel to see my daughter. And now I turn it around, and now I'm looking into the other side, and I'll decide afterward, which side's got the nicest colors to play with, and that's the size that I'll keep, and that's the size that I'll keep for the handle. Like I said, you couldn't travel. I don't know if anybody can travel in those days. But lucky enough, vaccination, and hopefully everything will be okay. I decided to cut a small piece off from this side because it had a vein that ran all the way through, and I was afraid that it will break when I'll drill it. And I cut it off, and I've got a stronger piece of wild olive, and I'll drill I prefer to drill in wood. And to do the tap inside the wood, then in resin it's stronger, and I'm going to do the trade that will fit the vegetable pillar, to peel vegetables, pillar, I think. I'm not sure, maybe. That's the one. It's called vegetable peeler, isn't it? Tell me if I'm wrong. Don't be shy. And that's the part that I love the most and on wood turning, is that you've got the opportunity. It's not like the metal lathe that's on the wood lathe. You've got the opportunity to do your own design, your own mistakes, sorry, your own failures and your own repairs. So if you don't like this design, then you change the design. The only thing is that you have to remember all the time, when you design, not to go too deep, because you can't really add later. It's like my dad used to say all the time when I was complaining. He used to say, I don't know what happened. I all the time cut and I cut and I cut and it's still short. So that's exactly that. Don't do it too short, because it's a little bit problematic. And I'm going to use sandpaper. It's like Abernet sandpaper, and I'm going to do from this one. I'm going to do only from 240. I don't need to go to 150 because it's already quite well with the black line tools. It cuts it quite nice. So I'm going from 240 all the way to 400, in between, of course, with alcohol. And then I'm going to use Yorkshire grid, and after the Yorkshire grid I'm going to put OB shine juice. Look at the colors, look at the of the wood, it's unbelievable. And also the colors of the resin came out quite nice. There is a lot of play of the gold inside the purple, and it looks very, very, very nice. And I think it looks much better when you see it in light, in the sun. But the wood has got nicer, you can see it's got nice grain, and it came out, the wood came out very nice. It was just, I didn't want to throw this lovely small piece of wood. I know it's a short video and it's not something like the other thing that I do, the big ones. But sometimes you need to do one of those also. It's also for the soul. Because it's sitting on the collar on the other side, this is a little bit risky. I wasn't sure that I want to do it, but I thought, let's try, you know. You live only once. And here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make indentation, and I will put my my logo in. It's got enough space for it. I'm just worried that in the corner where it's been holded in the chuck, it's actually a ball chuck. It's a collar. It will break off, but was very careful. I was very precise, and I didn't take too big steps. Everything was very small. Everything I took was very small steps and very light, so it doesn't, I don't dig in and I don't break it. Now is the time to glue the logo on. So I glued the logo on, and of course I glue also my fingers on, and it left a little bit of a mark on the logo, so I had to polish it, and I also gave it a little bit of a shine. I think it came out nice. Yeah, it did. And I took it out of the collar, cleaned it up a little bit, polished up at the bottom where I couldn't get at the beginning. I couldn't get with my other polish, and now just the final polish at the end of the handle. Put in the peeler, the vegetable peeler, and You tell me how did you like it, if you like it, you didn't like it. And if you like it, don't forget, of course, to subscribe to my channel. Put some comments at the bottom, give me the thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers, and I'll see you when I come back from holiday. Ciao.